Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, today marks June 30th, the last day of June. For some of y'all, tomorrow you officially call it the first day of summer, where the sights and sounds of barbecues and the sounds of water splashing of the pools or the sprinklers and all those delicious feasts are coming out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Got in late last night, so I'm doing a double header today as this is part one of two. So let me ask you, what are some key tips that you can put into effect in being mindful of your mental health as well as your wellness and nutrition during the summer months for those of you who are north of the equator? The weather is getting warmer, the sun is being stronger, although we have a haze over here atop of us. But what are some key tips of nutrition and wellness? Well, some of the key tips is number one, which I am still always working towards, is maintaining hydration, making sure that you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Some say 6 to 8 glasses, others says you divide your weight in half and then take that number in ounces, and that's how much water you should be drinking. I'm not going to dictate or lecture what you feel you should need. Everybody is different, but it truly helps out with those frosty beverages the day after. It helps with hydration, it helps the circulation, and it cools the body down. Another key tip, if you're not a water fan, although you must stay hydrated, is possibly enjoying citrus fruits or the less sugary fruits. One of the great fruits that really helps with hydration and keeping yourself wellness and having a little bit of flavor are grapes as well as watermelon. Both are all juice factors, and you can even freeze them. I've seen some people freeze grapes in the evenings and have them as an evening snack. Watermelon, if they're really juicy, I believe one of my friends gave me a chart. If there's like a yellow spot on a certain particular watermelon, then it's in season and it's the most juiciest, and be mindful of those seeds. So those are the nutritional components as well as hydration, making sure you're drinking enough water and also citrus or watery fruits. Now, one of the conditions that to be mindful for the health and wellness for the dog days of summer is the intake of alcohol and sugars. Why? Because when we perspire and we take a lot of sugars or we take in a lot of alcohol, we're more prone to getting migraines, headaches, body aches, hangovers the next day. So one of the key components for that is always what the rule of thumb that I was told was maybe a bottle or 1 to 3 bottles after drinking to again cleanse your system, hydrate, and eliminate those toxins of sugars as well as those, the alcohol component in itself. So that is an area if you are beverage drinking of those adult amazing fruity, citrusy, or even hard liquor drinks, so you can absorb and release the sugar from those drinks, as well as if you're a beer drinker, there's wheat in that and yeast, so that's also going to play a factor as well. So we covered the hydration component. At any age, for any rule of thumb, is drinking as much water as possible throughout the day. Then we talked about the nutritional component and different snacks and foods that we can eat, very healthy, light, fair foods, just so we don't feel that fatigue, that weight on our body when we're in the sun. Now, the third component is another key tip for the dog days of summer, regardless. I remember when I was younger, they say, oh, make sure you have apply sunblock and, reapply and everything of that nature. And I was under the impression, little knowledge, that that was only when the sun was out. But ladies and gentlemen, because of the change of the world, it's the hazy times during the day as well as overcast. Now, you may not believe that, but I actually got burned on an overcast day. At first, it didn't make sense, but the sun was just as powerful. So make sure you're mindful of anyone in your family that is fair-skinned or even, dark-skinned or whatever the complexion is, because those rays are something that are more powerful than we let on. And again, if you go in the water, if you sweat, make sure you reapply as often as possible. keep your skin hydrated as well, because as we age and as we go later on in the summer months, you know, some people get sunspots, some people get freckles, and that's your body like transforming from the rays of the sun. And you know as well as I do, with all the content out there, that the sun is very, very more powerful than we like to lead on. And actually, one of my friends actually, when was on a boat fishing or on an excursion, their lips got sunburned. So make sure you're using the proper facial, ingredients that are healthy and safe, but that also have SPF as well as, UV protections. Sunglasses are always good if you're not a fan of sunglasses, which protects your eyes regardless. Wearing a hat, or go the new route that's found in Florida these days, of that umbrella, a dark black umbrella or a UV umbrella, which is in a variety of colors, to limit the amount of exposure your body is receiving from the sun. And then now some of you holistic individuals out there say we are so deficient in vitamin D. Yes, as a whole, a lot of us are deficient in the vitamin D. However, getting enough daylight sun in a protected and healthy way is one thing. But if you're on the beach, you're on the water, regardless of swimming, surfing, boating, or just out and about, and that wind and that haze mixed in with the sunshine rays can really take a toll on your body. So in regards to self-protection, a lot of people wear the long sleeve rash guards that come in these vibrant highlight colors. Other individuals wear water shoes to protect their feet when they're going in the water, whether it's an ocean or the pool. I mentioned the UV umbrellas. I've mentioned also, applying sunscreen frequently, being mindful and protecting your face. And then the other component that I feel is important as a summer key tip would be that of, not overexerting yourself. A lot of us, when we are doing a lot of activities outdoors that our body is not used to, we have overexertion, and some people tend to faint, to pass out, or get really severely dehydrated. And the beginning spiral effects of that is irritability. They have, difficulty, like they have a lot of dry mouth. Their lips get chapped in the summer. So make sure, again, it goes back to the number one component of staying hydrated, and always making sure you have water with you. And if you are really truly environmentalists, the best kind of water is that in the bottle, in a glass bottle, because of the toxins and everything in the sorts of the plastic bottles. But regardless, getting water and staying hydrated is a true component, because we don't eat as much as we do in the winter months when we're nesting and, kind of eating comfort foods. We're more on the light fare of foods, fruits, and meals and vegetables, but then we're compensating with alcohol or sun exposure or sugars. So just be mindful of that. And those are my key tips for the summer for health and wellness, nutrition, as well as mindfulness. I wish this has helped you. If you want more tips or some guides, reach out to me and I'll be able to walk beside you and get you prepared for the summer. Be safe, stay hydrated, have fun, and limit your time in the sun. My name is Andrea Mason, your personal accountability coach, alumna of Dr. Les Brown, reminding you every single day you have the right, the choice, at any time and any stage to choose to press play. Plan life according to you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Be well.